It's
If
happening
the US dollar
slowly.
collapses, then automatically the US economy will crash. Remember, this is the international currency. There is going to be such massive financial loss in the United States in particular. White America losing most of its wealth. That you can close your eyes and anticipate panic in the United States of America and riots in the United States of America. They might have to declare martial law in the United States. But more than that, the collapse of the US dollar, since this is the international currency, is going to create panic in the weak currency areas of the world. Indonesian rupiah, the Bangladeshi taka, the Pakistani rupee. There's going to be panic as people struggle and rush to dump their paper.
Yep. I want to give all praises, honor, and glory to Yahawah, Bahashem, YAHAWASHI, Bahashem, Rakal Kodash. Double honors to the apostles and elders of Israel. And shalom to the Agiyam, Akwathiam, and that speckled bird that's listening and learning. Shalom. So with that video, a few words before I bring these scriptures out that I wanted to bring out. You got the WEF meeting in Davos, okay, talking about a lot of different things, man. You know, basically the lights going out, okay. They're going to be attacking electrical grids, computer systems, financial computer systems. One that just happened was the Bank of America. People were pissed off at the bank asking about missing money. Okay, you know, this probably a test run. You got NATO, all the NATO nations generals meeting at Ramstein Air Base. I believe it's in Germany. Okay, all of their top generals, man, meeting at an air base. You see, you know, you got mass layoffs. You know, the United States just reached its 31.4 trillion, 31.4 trillion debt limit. They're talking about cutting people off of food stamps. Okay. You heard what the man just said. You know, if the dollar collapses, America's going to collapse. Saudi Arabia just announced and shit over at that WEF meeting that they were going to drop the dollar as the way that people buy their oil. You know, and there were some people speculating that if that happened, that would be the end of the U.S. dollar, man. So what do you think is getting ready to happen? The collapse of the dollar, the collapse of the current system, man. Okay, race riots, inflation. You know, eggs skyrocketing. A brother just had a video the other night, $79 for fucking the extra large eggs. I believe it was at a Costco. Now it wasn't a dozen, you know, but it was one of those big, probably double. Um, it had to be about 64 eggs, but they wanted $79, man, and that was like I think he said it was like a month ago. So shit, they might be in the 80s, 90s now. You know, the eggs that I used to buy for $5 and 49 cents are now $13.50 at Walmart. The pack of 18 large eggs, man. Yo, you people, man. The prophets have been telling you people that these things were going to happen, um, but you haven't been listening. Okay, so now the Most High is getting ready to bring judgment. All right, and don't start looking for us then, no, then, because we're not going to be anywhere to be found, man. When all this hell is breaking loose. So I want to go to a scripture that is going to describe what is getting ready to take place here. Okay, Second Ezra 16, and I'm going to start at 1. Woe, which means destruction, be unto thee, Babylon and Asia. Woe be unto thee, Egypt and Syria. And we know this place to be spiritual Sodom and Egypt. It's also known as Assyria. It's also known as Babylon, the virgin daughter of Babylon. Okay. Gird up yourselves with cloths of sack and hair. Bewail your children and be sorry, for your destruction is at hand. Okay. Your destruction is at hand, man. You people are getting ready to get put down, man, in large numbers. You're going to be out here protesting, can't get your money out the bank, can't afford food, don't have a job no more because everything's going to shut the fuck down. Okay? The government is going to restrict your movements. You see? You can only go so far from your house. If you get caught further away from your house than you're supposed to be, you're going to be arrested. You might get shot on the fucking spot. Okay? So your destruction is at hand. Verse 3, a sword is sent upon you. The modern day sword is a gun. Just like I said, you get caught too far away from your home, you may get shot, put to death, man, by the modern day sword, which is the gun. A fire is sent among you, and who may quench it? Who's going to stop this, man? And there's no going back. There's no bomb to heal Babylon, man. There's no bomb. There's no medicine to heal America. There's no cure for what's getting ready to take place, man. There's no cure for the dollar. Okay? You see? Plagues are sent unto you, and what is he that may drive them away? So those plagues, man. You know, all these fucking storms, people freezing to death, people drowning, getting mudslides over in California, flooding, drowning, and getting covered with mud and dying, man, just suffocating. You know, and that ain't the end all be all. There's earthquakes and shit going. California's having a lot of different earthquakes now. Earthquake activity. You know, but think it was over in Indonesia. It was like a 7.2. Then they had tsunami warnings. I can't remember, but it was December. I think it was Christmas Day, man. Some years back, man, that over in Indonesia, like 250,000 people died. You know, it's gonna be a lot of hell going on out here, man. It's getting ready to get horrible, horrifying. Let me put it like that. May any man drive away a hungry lion in the woods, or may anyone quench the fire in stubble when it has begun to burn. May one turn again the arrow that is shot of a strong archer. Okay, so when you're talking about, hey man, when all of these things start taking place, man, you know their solution is going to be that sea hit, man. And when they got lines and lines of people lined up, man, for that sea hit, World War III is going to be kicking off. Because right now, if the dollar collapses, they're not going to have a choice but to go to war. Okay, so there's going to be World War III is going to begin. The Russians and Chinese are going to plan to invade this place. Okay, you see, they'll start off as a UN peacekeepers. You know, start forcing a chip on people, and then them nuclear bombs are coming, man. You see, you people don't have a fucking clue, man. It's getting ready to get real out here. You know, and those are the arrows that are shot by the strong archer, man. You know, dollar collapse, chaos, martial law, UN troops, forced chipping, then nuclear bombs. All right. The mighty Lord sendeth the plagues, and who is he that can drive them away? A fire shall go forth from his wrath, and who is he that may quench it? He shall cast lightning, and who shall not fear? He shall thunder, and who shall not be afraid? Because these people are going to see a hell on this earth, man. Even though we're in hell as a condition, we're going to actually see these people are going to see demons, man, and spirits and other apparitions. It tells you that, I believe it's in the book of Ecclesiasticus, man. What happened to the Egyptians? You know, that them days of darkness, man, because that's coming too. The Lord shall threaten, and who shall not be utterly beaten to powder at his presence. You see? Because you can't escape the judgments of YAHAWASHI, man. You're not going to escape the judgment of YAHAWASHI. It says, the Lord shall threaten, and who shall not be utterly beaten to powder. He said, and roughly paraphrasing, you know, he said he's not coming to bring peace, he's coming to bring a sword. Okay? And with a sword he shall plead with all flesh, man. All right? All flesh. You know, if you ain't of the elect, man, there ain't no fucking escape for you, man. It's just too bad. All right? I'm going to jump to verse 18. The beginning of sorrows and great mournings. The beginning of famine and great death. Because there's going to be a lot of starving people out here, man. There's going to be a lot of starving people, man. And it says that the video just somebody's an alert for a video. Brother Amamango Bar. You know, there's going to be a lot of people out here that can't afford food. You know, that are going to starve. Their children are going to starve to death. You know, then a lot of you women are going to resort to eating your children because of desperation. You know, some of you, I used to work with some Latino women. You know, the one, I loved her to death. She was a very nice young lady. We used to talk a lot, and I used to tell her about all the things that are taking place right now. And she said that her and her daughters, that they were putting food away, that they were, you know, they were putting a few things away, man, because she knew she could see what was coming. This might have been 8-10 years ago. And I used to tell her, you know, all the things that are happening. And it's funny because I drove truck for like the last 5 years, but I got out of that. But I used to deliver to the same warehouse that I worked at, and I actually saw her, and her and a couple of the other ladies came up and gave me a hug, and the one called me a prophet. The one, and I couldn't understand her. But the other lady translated. She told me in Spanish. She said that I was a prophet. The other lady said, I said, well, what did she say? She said, you're a prophet. Because because this was just recently, man, not even a year ago. And she was like, you were right. You were right. Everything that you told us. You know. But I don't call myself a prophet. I'm doing the will of the Most High, man. I'm doing the will of YAHAWASHI. I'm not going to put a title on myself, man. I'm just telling you the story of what this woman said. But getting back to the woman, she told me we were putting food away, and her husband was like, "Why are you doing that? That's stupid." And she said, "Me and my daughters, we told him." He said, "Well, when it happens, then since you didn't help put away any food, you don't eat." You know. Anyways, like I said, the beginning of famine and great death. because a lot of these people don't realize, man, that when these grocery stores, when they're out of food, man, that's it. Because there's going to be no resupply. The only way that you're going to be able to eat is if you turn yourself into the military troops, or if you go to a site like a lot of these warehouses that are empty. They're going to set up distribution. I'm gonna say distribution. Okay, it's a fucking trap, really. They'll set up distribution centers, and you can go there and get water, a couple motherfucking items to sustain you for a few days. Or they'll say, hey, we can take you to this location. There's safety, there's food and security. And a lot of you people are going to fall for it, man. You're going to get in the bus, and they're going to take you to that place, and you're either going to be a slave or you're going to get put to death. And they're going to put that C-hip in you. Okay? Revelation's the 13th chapter, man. 13 and 16. Revelation the 14th chapter tells you that if you take that shit, that that the Most High is going to put your ass to death. Okay? And that's like I said, and great death, the beginning of wars. That's World War III that's coming. Okay? And the powers shall stand in fear, the beginning of evil, which is bad times. Okay? Eve, ill, bad time. What shall I do when these evils shall come? Behold, famine and plague and tribulation and anguish are sent as scourges for amendment. Okay? For all the wickedness that you people have done, man. You're going to get repaid for all of your sins, all of your iniquities, man. Okay? That's these scourges, man. These lashes, man. You know? Them bullet holes, them machete chops. Okay? You know? Being stabbed to death. All of these things are scourges, man, for amendment. For all the sins that you've done, man. Okay? Verse 20. But for all these things they shall not turn from their wickedness, nor be always mindful of the scourges. So even though you start seeing economic collapse, you're seeing the economic collapse, you're seeing the food prices going up, okay? The prophets are on the street telling you to especially you Israelites, man, you so-called blacks, Latinos, and Native American Indians, to turn away from those things and come back to the scriptures, man. Come back to your nationality, which is an Israelite. Even though you're seeing all these things, man, you're not turning from your evil. You're not turning from your wickedness, man. All right. Behold, victuals shall be sold cheap upon earth, that they shall think themselves to be in good case, and that is slowly coming to an end, man. You're not going to be able to find eggs for $2 and shit, $1.90 anymore. $2.50 for the 18 extra large eggs. You know, those victuals, you thought yourself to be in good case, but now what's going to start taking place is with everything that's going on with the American currency, the dollar, the petrodollar that was just kicked to the curb by Saudi Arabia, which is going to put a strain on it, man. The inflation is going to skyrocket. It's going to fucking skyrocket, man. I wouldn't be surprised if prices change by next week, man, double for a lot of these items, man, because of inflation. Okay, you know, so these things are changing, man. All right, and even then shall evils grow upon earth, the sword, famine, and great confusion. For many of them that dwell upon the earth shall perish of famine, and the other that escape the hunger shall the sword destroy. And the dead, hello. Oh, it's my wife. She works from home. She just came down to get some ice, I guess. For many of them that dwell upon the earth shall perish of famine, and the other that escape the hunger that the sword destroy, and the dead shall be cast out like dung. That means there's going to be a lot of dead bodies out here. Okay, and there shall be no man to comfort them, for the earth shall be wasted, and the city shall be cast down. So see, when these race wars start, man, there's going to be a lot of destruction taking place, man. A lot of death is going to be taking place. You see, 37. Behold, the plagues draw nigh, and are not slack. Okay, because it's going to get worse and worse and worse and worse. As when a woman with a child in the ninth month bringeth forth her son, within 2 or 3 hours of her birth, great pains compass her womb, which pains when the child cometh forth, they slack not a moment. And just like I said, man, the plagues and the pains and the destruction of America is going to get continually worse and worse, and it's going to get closer and closer. If you can't tell, the first month of 2023, there have been a lot of changes, man. Okay. Yeah, we're trying to see what's going on up here. My wife's down here for a break. But just like I said, man, all hell is getting ready to break loose. Everything has changed. So keep your head on a swivel. And with that, I want to give all praises, honor, and glory to Yahawah, Bahashem, YAHAWASHI, Bahashem, Rakakwadash. Again, double honors to the apostles and the elders of Israel. And shalom to the Akiyam, Akwatiyam, and that speckled word listening and learning. Shalom.